Cool. Now we're on the internet. Everybody got a pen and paper and all that fun shit, or an iPad or whatever. Yeah, Russman's ready to rock, dudes. We all feeling good? Feeling great? Ready to go? Thumbs look right. I need to close my door. Hang on. Got it. Cool. All right. So away we go with the introductory spiel. Here it is. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Trivia Ronin. I'm your host, Matt McNelly. Whether you're joining us live on Zoom or Twitch or after the fact on YouTube, welcome. We're happy to have you. Quick breakdown of the rules. 1, we are honor code here. You keep your own score. Feel free to cheat because you get nothing. 2, after each question, you'll get 45 seconds to answer. Absolutely do not show your answer until the time is up. And number 3, if you're watching on Twitch due to the delay, drop your answer in the chat when you see around 10 seconds left on the time clock. That will line up with us live. You're already on Twitch, so you're smarter than everyone else, so 35 seconds should be enough time. Tonight, there are 30 questions. They are all 1 point apiece, aside from a couple bonuses, and a story question at the end that's worth 10 points, a total of 40. We will see where it takes us. Let's play Trivia Ronin. Here we go. Question number 1. President stuff. Here we are. President Ronald Reagan was known for his addiction to what candy? A habit he started in order to give up pipe smoking. True story. 45 seconds going now. I've got Spotify in my ears, you guys don't, but it's a sick tune. President Ronald Reagan. The Gipper. Win this one for the Gipper. What's the Gipper? Some character he played. No one really cares. Certainly not anymore. Ronald Reagan was known for his addiction to what candy? A habit he started in order to give up pipe smoking. Probably healthier. Jury's kind of out. Who did? Ronald Reagan? And everybody's muted. Let's show them. Yep, kind of. Well, one of those is right, Doug. Yes. Ooh, Reaganettes is an excellent guess. The answer is, of course, jelly beans. Jelly beans, Nancy. Jelly beans. Sure, I don't know. That's my Reagan. It's not very good. Question number 2. Presidents. Not really. In 1508, Conquistador Juan Ponce de Leon began colonization on this island, a territory now under control of the United States. 45 seconds starting now. I said under control, but really it is a colony of the United States. 45 seconds. What's this place? Got any Ponce de Leon heads? DJ's in. DJ coming in hot. You missed the first one. Don't worry, you'll catch up. In 1508, Conquistador Juan Ponce de Leon began colonization on this island, a territory now under control of the United States of America. I'm drinking grog in order of JPDL. JPDL, that's what I call them. We're homies. 3, 2, 1, show 'em. Yep. We are starting off great, everybody. The answer is, of course, Puerto Rico. Sí, claro que sí. I hope everyone likes this movie as much as me. Question number 3. In the 1993 movie Dave, an impersonator is tapped to cover for the sitting president while he recovers from a stroke. What actor plays both the president and the titular character? 45 seconds starting now. Short answer. Shorter question. Who played Dave in the movie Dave? It's not Dave Coulier. In fact, it's not a Dave. But he played. I will pretend to be Dave for the duration of the film, says Ian McKellen. It's not Ian McKellen. Who played Dave in the 1993 movie Dave? I'll tell you what, Sigourney Weaver was in it. She's very good. Ben Kingsley played the Secretary of State. If you were going to guess Ben Kingsley, you were wrong. 2-1, show him. Yep. Many people got it, some did not. Martin Sheen is always a good guess for president. He usually plays one, but the answer in this one is Kevin Kline, my man. Sorry, Vice President, thank you. Right, and then no one talked to him, but then Kevin Kline talked to him. I remember now, thank you. Ben Kingsley was the Vice President. Extra point to Emily for that. Question number 4, 2-pointer. The legislature in the United States is bicameral, meaning it is comprised of 2 chambers. Name both. 45 seconds. 2-pointer. Civic class. Bicameral legislature. Georgetowners know what's up. Cha-cha. If you're in Georgia, vote for what's-his-face. He was 2 years above us at Georgetown. The guy running for Senate. I'll remember his name at some point. Here I am. Ossoff, thank you. Thank you, Steven. John Ossoff. Saw him drunk at a party once. He's a person. 10 seconds left. Say what? Bicameral is a great word. Thank you for noticing that. Bicameral is an excellent word. I hope we all learned something. 2-1. What are the 2 chambers of our bicameral legislature? One is that. One is that. Here is the thing. Some people are right. 1 point each. House of Representatives and the Senate. If you didn't write if you wrote House, it's fine. You probably got it. 2-pointer. Everyone feel good about the things they know about government. Question 5. In 1992, then candidate Bill Clinton appeared on the Arsenio Hall show wearing sunglasses and playing what musical instrument? 45 seconds starting now. What's Bill play? It wasn't a cigar. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Then candidate. It's another great phrasing that I enjoy. In 1992, candidate Bill Clinton appeared on the Arsenio Hall show, wearing sunglasses and playing what musical instrument? If you are of a certain age, what I just did was funny. If you're younger than 40, it wasn't that funny. Uh-oh. Don't like seeing a wheel on my mouse. 2-1, show 'em. Yep. And, extra points to Jose because it was indeed a tenor saxophone. But it was, I will accept, saxophone. Saxophone. Question 6. What is the name of the song popularized by the Polk administration, Doug's favorite, to announce the arrival of a president at an event? 45 seconds starting now. What's the name of that song that they always play when the president shows up? Thank you, Doug. I give one answer away every week on our Instagram stories. This was the one I gave away. Or if you're quick, you could just go on Instagram right now. Hustle over to Instagram to see me tell you the answer to this question. In a different outfit. 19 seconds. I can sing it. Singing it doesn't give you anything. I was always planning to sing it. Does singing give you anything? If anyone got it because I sang, you can let me know. 3, 2, 1, because either you knew how it sounds, but you didn't know the name. Yes, many people do not. Don't Stop by Fleetwood Mac is so good. But the answer is indeed Hail to the Chief. Hail to the Chief. Originally about I looked it up. It was about like a Celtic chief in a boat. I don't know. It was written in the 1700s. They were doing stuff like that. Question 7. What was, alas they've broken up, the full band name of the alt-rock trio? I'm going to fix this, hang on. What was the full band name of the alt-rock trio founded in Seattle in 1993 who gained notoriety through their #1 hit Lump and B-side Peaches? 45 seconds starting now. Full name, please. Nice. Not. No. But yes, 90s. 90s. Or the inspiration for the Weird Al Yankovic hit Gump. 93 and Seattle. Yeah, 93 in Seattle. This one included, what's the full band name of the alt-rock trio founded in Seattle in 93? They had a #1 hit called Lump. They had a number 29 hit, look that up, called Peaches. Show 'em. Yes, it is a long phrase, but yes, Doug has it. Yes, 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 many people have it because the theme of this category is indeed the presidents of the United States of America. That will do it. I have. They're a big deal. I had their album. I did have their album, for better or worse. But yes, they were not super famous except for the summer of 93, I would argue. Don't call people idiots on trivia. Question 8. What is the street address of the White House? No one's an idiot on this one. 45 seconds, go. I don't need a zip code, but I do know it. Street address, sorry, not just any White House. I'm referring to the presidential residence. I should clarify. It's known as the White House. It's a pretty White House. Designed by Orville Redenbacher, if you ask Andy Dwyer. Please gather round. This man knows everything. Oh, I'll laugh to myself. 10 seconds left. What's the street address of the White House? G-Town knows. We ran there once we made the Final Four. College was dope. 3, 2, 1. Show 'em. Sure. Yes. Don't worry if you didn't put Northwest, but DC has quadrants. I know Russ did. 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest, Washington, D.C. 20500. If you want the zip, if you got something to write to maybe the guy who's about to move out of there. Question number 9. This suburb of Boston is known as the City of Presidents, as it was birthplace of 2. It's less impressive when you learn that those 2 were father and son. 45 seconds starting now. 2 presidents from this town in Boston. What is this suburb called? And when you hear what it's called, you're gonna be like, huh. But I'm not gonna give any hints because I've been too nice. Been too nice today. Time to stop being polite and start getting real. Nailed it. Oh, did I not? I'll just go straight to this one. The City of Presidents. They're really sitting on this one for a long time. That's your only hint. 3, 2, 1, show 'em. Amherst, good guess. Many things are good guess. Adams is a great guess, but it's the other name. Quincy. Or Quincy, Massachusetts. John Quincy Adams. Indeed. They say Quincy. It's actually Quincy. But yes. Anyway, that was one for nobody to get. Question 10. Famously, as everyone calls New York City, the City of Presidents. Indeed. Question 10. Who's our newest Supreme Court Associate Justice? The only nickname for New York City of Presidents. Who is this woman? There's your hint. Ha! Well done. Good joke by Marissa and company. You guys couldn't hear it. Oh, it was Lauren. It was for sure Lauren. Who's our newest Supreme Court Associate Justice? I don't need a middle name, but everybody knows it. So if you know it, you know it. Sworn in at midnight because we are in the darkest timeline again. 6, 5, 4, 3. What's that? What's that person's name? You guys know it. It's in the news. Sure. Man, everybody got the middle name too, pretty much. Bitch face, I hate women. Yes, correct. Amy Coney Barrett. Hope y'all enjoyed your abortions, because they're going away. Joseph Coney Barrett. Doug, that's excellent. Everybody, Coney 2020 for Doug over there. That was great. I remember that. Hey, I remember you guys too. That's round 1. How we looking on scores? Let's tally them up. 10 questions down. 10! Jose! Jose, can you see? He's got 10. Emily's got 10. Woo! Russman 7. Doug 9. Anybody's game. We got some 9s, 8s. This is all looking good. You guys look great. Cool. This is what we do. 3-minute break. Everybody, you know, go get your cocktails. You know, do whatever you need to do. It's going to be a counting up timer because I'm still working on this. But when the timer hits 3, we're back. Away we go. Boom. 3-minute drill. What's up? We're back. DJ, are we getting the Cribs tour right now? I'm into this. Private Cribs tour. It looks good, man. Looks good. BJ, New Californian. Dude, I mean, honestly, not pretty mellow. Compared to the Lakers, very mellow. When the Lakers won, shit got crazy. But yeah, I mean, like, I was working and we had like 4 Dodger fans roll in afterwards and just be like, yay. Like, I know. And here come the Rams, right? Sure. God. Doug. That's good. That's good. This is all. Cataletta. Stick with it. If it worked once. Hey, hey, everybody look at Doug's Bill Clinton real quick because he wants you to look at it. Yep, it's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, dudes, we're back. We're going to round 2. Round 2 is not about politics, ostensibly. So it's just a bunch of nonsense. Just so any non-politics people can make up some ground on Jose, who's running things. So, without further ado, we ready to rock? Looks like it. Here we go. Question numero 11. Tobacco, potato, eggplant, and tomato, rhyming, all belong to one family, Solanaceae, don't know how to say it, more commonly known in English as what? 45 seconds starting now. By family, I mean biological family. They are all this thing that people call them. Helpful hints by Matt. You're getting there is no theme. The theme is there is no theme. So, there's no way to sneak this one in. The theme is they're all something. They're all in the same family, which I just found interesting, so I made this a question. Tobacco, potato, eggplant, and tomato, and tobacco ostensibly, if you're Homer Simpson. More commonly known as what? They're what? What's that family called? 3, 2, 1. It's a thing that you'll all be like, oh shit, that thing. Goya Foods, love everything. Chris, always love your answers. Yes, Steve. Yep. Jose got it. Yep. The ladies got it. Nightshades. Yeah, they're all nightshades. Who knew? Do I know what that means? Nope. But I know they're all nightshades. I've heard it before. Question 12. The Good Fight. Star Trek Picard. Why Women Kill. And Tuning Out the News, haven't heard of it, are all original television shows produced for what subscription-based streaming service? 45 seconds starting now. What do you pay for and get all this quality content here in 2020? The Good Fight, Star Trek Picard. I think that's how you'd say it in French. Why Women Kill and Tuning Out the News are all original television shows produced for what subscription-based streaming service? 26 seconds. Full name, please. Not parent company. If that means anything. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. Pretty much like There's other Star Treks on here also. That's the hint. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Show 'em who's got it. Yep. Not quite. We needed the full thing. Peacock was a good guess. It's the other one. But I need the full title. The full name is CBS All Access. All Access. If you own... Sarah Miller worked on Strange Angel. Okay. Well, uh-oh. It's not there anymore. She's stuck in Michigan, I suppose. Some island with nothing fun. Ugh. Take me there. Question 13. What term, common in the presentation and display of artwork, was originally an architectural term for a long, narrow passageway covered by a roof? This is just a wordy question. 45 seconds, but, you know, that's what you expect on Wednesday Trivias with Matt. This term, comma, common in the presentation and display of artwork, was originally an architectural term for a long, narrow passageway covered by a roof. I have heard this term used to describe a long, narrow passageway covered with a roof, but only when it's an old, long, narrow passageway covered by a roof. Question 20. You'll know this term from art. Name an art display term, and you might get this. Let's put it that way. Sometimes you just gotta throw a dart at the things you know. Throw a dart at your own brain. Don't recommend it. 2, 1, show them. Viaduct is a great guess. Breezeway is a other. I gotta take me down to the old covered bridge. Yes, but Beth Harmon got it. Gallery. Gallery. Cyrus got it. It's a gallery. Boom. Bam. Oh, this is the time when... What's Beth Harmon? Like Angie's... I was just hoping it was like Angie's cousin or something. I didn't know. Question 14. In English, all you need to write is 2 letters for this answer. What is the 2-letter term for the training uniform used in most Japanese martial arts, including Aikido, Jiu-Jitsu, and Karate? 45 seconds starting now. Oh, cool. What's the show? Oh, is it good? Is that show good? Good. We're all watching Queen's Gambit after this, but in the meantime, take a gambit. It is good? Okay, good. Well, Doug is a chess nerd, but still, probably good. What is the 2-letter term for the uniform used in most Japanese martial arts? You know it's wordy when the timer is covered by it. Aikido, Jiu-Jitsu, and Karate. What do people wear? Click, 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 click. 4, 3, 2, 1. Just 2 letters. 2 letters will get you the answer in the correct order. Yep. Yep. G.I. Joe. Gi. It's called a gi. That white suit. And now I found out who did karate when they were kids. Nerds. Just kidding. It's awesome. Question 15. I like this question because you'll learn something. What was the name of the world's first nuclear-powered submarine, a moniker it shared with a famous undersea vessel from literature? 45 seconds starting now. Somebody built a nuclear submarine and said, you know what else went underwater? Let's name it that. If you're a military buff, you'll know this. If you're a book buff. That's the calendar that I'm in. I put on glasses. Read Moby Dick. It's not Moby Dick, by the way. What was the name of the world's first nuclear-powered submarine? A moniker it shared with a famous undersea vessel from literature. 10 seconds left. Moniker means name. Give you that. 2, 1, show them. What do we got? Yep. Many people guessed it. I love that guess. Red October is not right, but my favorite guess. Others got it. It also shares it with some gym equipment. It's the USS Nautilus. The Nautilus, Captain Nemo's vessel. What up to Nemo? College friend of me, Russell, and DJ. DJ who has disappeared. Question 16. The minor league Albuquerque Isotopes were founded in 2003 as an homage to a team from what fictitious town? Note, name the town, name the town only, not the state it's in. 45 seconds starting now. Wink. There's your wink question for the day. The minor league baseball team, the Albuquerque Isotopes, were founded in 2003 as an homage to a team from what fictitious town? Name the town, not the state. No need to name the state. Fictitious town. You ever tried to spell Albuquerque? I did today. It's very difficult. Albuquerque. It's like the first time you realize how to spell Dwayne Wade. Go look that up. 3, 2, 1, show them. Yep. Many people got it. Springfield of The Simpsons. And famously not in a state. Or maybe in a state, but I just wanted to say famously. We don't know what state they're in. Question 17. Learning more things. A demonym is a term that denotes residence from a particular place, i.e. Chinese, American, Pakistani, Venezuelan, right? If you are that is your demonym. What is the demonym for someone from the Netherlands? 45 seconds starting now. Demonym. I hope it's pronounced that way. This would be awkward otherwise, but demonym. Santa Monican. Hollywooder. Yeah, I mean, that would be more fun and more appropriate. But alas, it's one of those words that would be cooler or something else, but it already means something. 15 seconds left. What do we call people from the Netherlands? I just wrote this question to make you learn demonym and potentially to learn what they call people from the Netherlands and or Holland. Show them. Yep, very easy. I like Norsemen as a guess very much. They probably were at some point. Dutch. Isn't that weird? Thank you, Doug, for our gold member reference of the night and hopefully of the year. Dutch. They are Dutch people from the Low Countries. Question 18. Known as the Prince of Darkness, who is the lead singer of the band Black Sabbath and was featured on the most viewed series to date on MTV in 2002. Starting now, if you are a big fan of early 2000s reality or metal, you'll get this one. I gave it to you. Great equalizer here. Because that Venn diagram contains everybody. Known as the Prince of Darkness, the lead singer of the band Black Sabbath, and was featured on the most viewed series to date on MTV in 2002. That was just a surprise to me also. It has probably since been surpassed by many, many garbage shows. Or lovely shows, depending, but Jersey Shore, man. I'm sure more people watch that, but still, I watch this show. 2-1, show them. Who's got it? Oi! Oi! Sharon! Oh, Sharon! Sharon! Come in here, Ozzy Osbourne's the answer to that one. And I'm gonna do the rest of the trivia in this voice. No, I'm not. Just kidding. Question 19. The longest river in the United States meets the second longest river in the United States a few miles north of what major city? This one's a layup for Emily. I give you one a week. Longest river in the United States meets the second longest river in the United States. They run into each other. Isn't that nice? And then one of them takes the name. Because that's how rivers work. Which major city am I talking about? Longest, second longest. Which ones are they? Where do they meet? Where do they run into each other? Ooh, question 20 is really long. It's going to be fun. Show them. Everything's up to date there, Doug, but that's not the answer, nor is this the obligatory Chicago question. It is not, unfortunately. The answer, some people got it, including Emily. You can find May in St. Louis. It's where the Missouri River runs into the Mississippi River, longest and second longest, respectively. And everyone's excited. Great. Question 20. Last of the written ones. How many electors are in the Electoral College? Hint, it's also the name of Nate Silver's data-driven politics website. Math nerd hint, it's the number of senators plus representatives plus the 23rd Amendment. And I'm not going to explain what that is. 45 seconds going now. 3 hints in there. 3 ways to the answer of this question. And Russell's got the blank stare of confidence. Oh, did I misread that? How many electors we got? Oh, really? Oh, good. I also didn't go. Good. But if you read, if you know websites or could add the other things together, that's fine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yep. Well, since Doug asked it once before, he knows. Many people know this. This is good. I'm thrilled. Many people know this. The answer, yes. 538. 538 electors in the Electoral College. 100 senators, 435 representatives, and remember, the good old District of Columbia gets 3 electors just because the 23rd Amendment. And that's where we are. Boom! Let's see our numbers, guys, after 2 rounds. 17 for Douglas. 16 for Jose, still in it. 11. 18, Emily? Woo! Emily came out big on the president. Oh, yes. Cyrus got 18, and the ladies have 16. Old Larry got rid of the dead man weight. Now the ladies are running things. This is good, guys. We're looking good. Okay, so 2 rounds in. Wayla's going to be fun. We're going to need your undivided attention at the beginning of the round because I'm going to give you all 10 answers. I'll explain that after the 3-minute break. For now, take a break. See you after 3. Bye-bye. Here's the tea on Wayla this week. So, a lot of people about to lose their jobs on Tuesday, one will hope. Some of the primary people who are about to lose their jobs are what's called the cabinet. These are people that run agencies for the president of the United States. I have photos of 10 cabinet members and lovely homages to them that I have to say. I'm going to give you their name. You're going to give me their position in the cabinet. For the most part, that means Secretary of Blank. In one case, it is Attorney General. So, everybody, do me a favor. Get your pad and paper out because we're going to write down the 10 answers. So you can cross them out each one as we go on, which means literally if you follow along closely, you will get the 10th one correct. Guaranteed. Here are the cabinet positions I'm referring to in this round. They are as follows. Number 1, Attorney General. Number 2, the Secretary of Commerce. You can just write Commerce if you want. Number 3, Secretary of Defense. Number 4, Secretary of Education. Some of you might actually know these people already, which would make it way easier, but you're about to see their ugly faces. Number 5, Secretary of Energy. It's not Jeb Bush, remember? Number 6, Homeland Security. Number 7, Housing and Urban Development. Yep. Or HUD. You can just write HUD, but it's the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. 8, Labor. 9, Secretary of State. Labor, State. And number 10, Transpo, Secretary of Transportation. Number 1 was the Attorney General. Only one of them, not Attorneys General. Jose, you got another guess? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 was Homeland Security. Did you get that? Word. Homeland Security. All right, so do we have all 10? That's how we gonna do it, guys. Doug? 10 was transportation. Secretary of Transportation. I will also be reading from a sheet because I have prepared remarks for each one of these fuck faces. God, I can't wait. Fingers crossed. Okay. I'm sorry, they will lose their jobs on January 8th, which I believe is Inauguration Day. Thank you, Stephen. Next up to bat, I've been to 2. How many you been to? Next up, here we go. Question number 1. This is Chad Wolf, described as human razor burn and the chattiest Chad who ever chatted. He's the reason over 500 children at the border will never see their parents again. But he's only acting secretary, so it doesn't count. 45 seconds. What department does Chad act as the secretary of? He has not been approved by the Senate and hopefully never will be. Fuck Chad. Chad Wolf. Looks great in a pair of aviators. Chad Wolf. I suppose I shouldn't say secretary of, but I feel like most of us know who the AG is, but we'll get there. He's not the AG. Yep. Eat shit, Chad. Oh, I see what you're saying, Stephen. Yes. Yeah. When the coup happens. Right. That's another good point. We'll discuss that later. Chad's in the front of it. 3, 2, 1. Chad will be overseeing the department that heads the coup. Sort of. Yep. Many people got it. This one is the Homeland Security Secretary. I'm also going to keep score. Old Chatty. Chatty Cathy. Just to make sure I don't fuck it up. Here I go. Homeland Security. Bye-bye. Question number 2. My favorite. No, this is not the Crypt Keeper. This is Wilbur Ross. He's been described as the king of bankruptcy, which is probably how his boss found him in the first place. 2018, he was accused of stealing over $120 million from his business partners, but in the meantime, he is still secretary, appropriately, of what? 45 seconds starting now. Wilbur Ross. Great name. This is his official photo. Every one of these is their official photo, by the way. Just keep that in mind. If you work in his department, you have to look at that face every day. Wilbur Ross. He has been described as the king of bankruptcy, which is probably how his boss found him in the first place. In 2018, he was accused of stealing over $120 million from his business partners, but in the meantime, he's still secretary of what? Man, I got in trouble for stealing 2 tequila shots. This guy stole 120 million bucks. 2, 1, show him. What's Wilbur Ross secretary of? Yep. Many people did get this. Many people did get this. Yep. Commerce. My man Wilbur, head of the Commerce Department. Bye-bye, Wilbur. He'll just go back to the private sector and make $1 million. Next. This fucking guy. This swamp creature that Trump pledged to drain is lobbyist Mark Esper. He's a spineless scumbag who supported a ban on transgender soldiers despite formally saying that they weren't a problem. Then, in the wake of George Floyd's death, told governors to control major cities that were becoming battle spaces. Whatever that means. 45 seconds. What's Mark's department? Mark Esper. Again, official photo. Photographer didn't say, hey, Mark, maybe we get one where you don't look like you have dentures? Nah. Nah, he's good. I hope I'm right on this. Oh, yeah. Okay, that one. Yeah. See, I didn't write down the answers. I'm just hoping I remember them. But so far, we've all gotten them, right? 10 seconds. Mark Esper pledged to, he was a lobbyist for Spoilers, defense contractors show him. Yep. He is the Secretary of Defense. I also love what Jose's doing. If anybody else wants to do that, he's just pointing to them and putting a number on them, which is brilliant. Save paper. Jose always on the cutting edge of this. Secretary of Defense Mark Esper. Bye-bye, Mark. Number 4, this human sack of mashed potatoes is Mike Pompeo. Prior to being promoted to CIA chief, which he once was, he visited hunger-striking prisoners at Guantanamo Bay and said it looked to me like a lot of them had put on weight. He's been outspoken against China, Russia, and almost every Islamic country, making him perfectly suited for this cabinet post. 45 seconds starting now. Mike Pompeo. That's what he looks like. Mike Pompeo. Lips tragically fell off in a tractor accident. This is what he looks like. This human sack of mashed potatoes is Mike Pompeo. Prior to being promoted to CIA chief, not his current job, he visited hunger-striking prisoners at Guantanamo Bay and said it looked to me like a lot of them had put on weight. He's been outspoken against, or put on weight. I don't know how he said it. He's been outspoken against China, Russia, and almost every Islamic country, making him perfectly suited for this cabinet post. 9 seconds left. What's Mike's job until next January? What's that? I hope so. That's probably how he lost, yeah, because you kiss it. Show him. I remember that song. Transpose a good guest. Good guess from many, but actually he is, yes, the Secretary of State. Pretty important job that nobody gives a shit about right now. Could have had a president who used to be one. We didn't. Instead, we got a different one. Question 5. My favorite. This woman who sent back the Chardonnay because it wasn't oaky enough, then had a box of Franzia to herself, is Betsy DeVos. She believes in voucher programs, school choice, and arming teachers because of potential threats from grizzly bears. The only thing she doesn't like is well-funded public education. Also, she lost a bunch of money investing in Theranos, so fuck her. What's her job? 45 seconds starting now. She's from Darcy's state. Darcy's been hating her way longer than we have. Yes, that is true. Thank you, Cyrus. Yeah. Any other facts we want to throw at Betsy is fine with me. Also, it has the answer in the background, so if you want to just look at the background, that's fine. Yeah. We really don't like Betsy. That's Linda McMahon. Right? That's the one who ran for Senate in Connecticut. Yeah. She was also garbage. Betsy DeVos? Who has? Oh, right. This is true. 2-1, show 'em. Yep. I assume we all got it. It is that one. It's education. If you're noticing a theme, I tend to speak about how bad they would be at this position that they currently hold. But if you haven't figured that out yet, don't worry about it. What? Sure. Either way. I mean, who's counting? My favorite. This one's already unemployed. He already resigned from the job. Somebody else is doing it, but this is funnier. It's former Texas Governor Rick Perry. When he ran for president, he famously was going to cut 3 cabinet posts: commerce, education, and, what's the third one there? Oops. No worries, 4 years later, he put on a pair of glasses and ran that very department he forgot. For Donald Trump. 45 seconds starting now. That's true. If you remember his gaffe, he ended up running the department he couldn't remember. God, what a fucking world we live in. This isn't even an interesting news story in 2020. By the way, look up this YouTube clip of Rick Perry forgetting in a debate, and just remember that all debates have been fucking stupid. It's great. This is 7, I believe. Anybody else got me on that one? 1, 2, 3. No, this is 6. Thank you. 6. 10 seconds left. Rick Perry was the famous dumb guy who put on glasses. Secretary of what? It is absolutely. Thank you, Julian. It is absolutely insane, and yet he didn't even drop out after that. Yes, yes, yes. Again, Jeb Bush joke goes here. He's Secretary of Energy. He was in charge of the energy department. That one's in charge of nukes. So, you know, whatever. Oh, this guy. I didn't even know this guy had his job until I looked it up today. This man's name is Eugene Scalia. And he might be the most Eugene I've ever seen. He's also the son of the late terrible Antonin Scalia. His time as a lawyer was spent defending major corporations from regulations, and he also hasn't worked a day in his life, making him ideal for this cabinet post. 45 seconds starting now. This one's probably the toughest. Look at his beady eyes, man. Like father, like son. Who, Tony? Tony Scouse? This one's not dead. Dad's dead. Nah, no. It's not a new spot. No, you gotta wait for Clarence to die, man. He's the next one. If we have any hope. Or we just put 16 other justices on there. Who knows? 16 seconds left. This man's name is Eugene Scalia. He spent his time as a lawyer defending major corporations from regulations and has never actually worked a day in his life, which is why he's secretary of this department. 3, 2, 1. Work was the operative word. Yes. Labor. He is the labor secretary. Yep. He literally spent his career stopping companies from abiding by labor regulations. It's fine. This whole thing made me mad today. Next, question 8. The black one. Here we are. Good old Ben Carson, the longest tenured member of Trump's cabinet. And he's in charge of the only department Trump would let him run. Hint, it's not Health and Human Services, despite the fact he is a formerly respected brain surgeon. It's a department you'd expect Trump to put Ben Carson in. 45 seconds starting now. Trump's done more for his people than Abe Lincoln. Since Abe Lincoln. Well, he did say once, possibly with the exception of Abe Lincoln, Trump did get one black man a job in his administration, and it is this man, Ben Carson. Well done. Ben Carson is head of what? Hey, there's only 3 left. You can probably guess it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just like Stanley Hudson, he brings a bit of an urban flair. Yep. Housing and urban development. What about me makes you think urban? Thank you, Stanley. Housing and urban development is what Ben Carson's been running, and they haven't done anything in about 4 years. Surprise. Next. Poor Elaine Chao. This is Elaine Chao. Not really. She's the daughter of a major Chinese-based shipping conglomerate magnate. She attended Dartmouth and later Harvard Business School and served as George W. Bush's Secretary of Labor. That's not her job now. Sadly for her, she has to see Mitch McConnell's penis. What is her job? 45 seconds starting now. Yep. Oh, no. I mean, if you didn't notice Betsy, this is the other giveaway. That's why I made her second to last. So read the picture. Read the picture. You'll figure it out. There's 2 left. You could be right. That is a good point, Cyrus. I think that's what happens. She had 7 days. She has 1 administration to live. Married to Mitch. She might not have seen it. They never had a kid. So, you know, they could be abstaining. I hope for her sake, man. Poor Elaine. Right. Yes, that's when she really goes to work. Show them, everybody. What's she in charge of? She's Secretary of Transpo. This one is transportation. I don't really know what this job is, but Elaine has it. Question 10, and everyone should get this one. The top scumbag. Doug was ready for it. Bill Barr. He's advocated for not allowing HIV-positive immigrants into the United States. He resurrected the federal death penalty starting in December 2019, last year. He wants to ban abortion and marijuana, doesn't believe in systemic racism, and believes in the unitary executive theory. which explains why he's been Trump's #1 toady. But he's also an avid bagpiper and even played competitively in Scotland. Still, fuck him. What's his job? Bill Barr. Bagpiper. That's on Wikipedia. Also, fuck him. Someone should have stopped that way early. Mandatory? It does appear that way sometimes. I will say that. You do gotta love him because he's in power currently. This is true. Yeah, isn't it an apocalypse? Like they actually. Oh. And the answer is below with Cyrus. I'm the AG. Gotta love me. Yes, indeed. We already knew it. He is the Attorney General. Excellent, Jose. He is the Attorney General of the United States currently. But take a big sigh of relief and remember, on Tuesday you can decide if any of these fuckers get to keep their job. Because I'll tell you one thing about Joe. He's not hiring any of these clowns. Don't worry about it. I'm talking Attorney General Cardi B, ladies and gentlemen. What are our scores at, by the way? Wet ass AG, I'm into it. 26-26. Russman, 19, that's all right, because it's a 10-pointer coming up. 28 on Cyrus. Boom. Cyrus getting the 28. So we got 26s, 28s. You know the drill, guys. We're going to tell a story at the end of this one. It is a political story. 3-minute break. Let's do this thing. Let's keep it cranking. Nice work on that last round. Boo. Here he is again. Boo. Okay. Don't worry, I'm back. We're going longer and longer in this joint, apparently. I'm being distracted by the team with 25 points. Coming for y'all. We'll just wait till we see Keith get out of jail and Russell, and then we'll have story time, guys. Who's voted so far? Just post who you voted for, and then it's great. Oh, here we go. All right, great. We got South Park Trump. Perfect. Good job. I have not voted yet, but I'm planning to sit down with... I love California, man, but you have to do your homework. No bullshit. They give you a lot of rights. You need to know what you're talking about. So I'm going to do my homework tonight, and I'm going to drop my ballot off probably tomorrow or Friday. Just to be sure. Voting, important. Russ Man, come on back. I'll just yell it out. Who else is in the cabinet? Who did I skip? I skipped Interior. I didn't know who it was, but Interior is always funny because it's like the most corrupt job, notoriously. Like everyone in Interior gets busted. The first Secretary of the Interior was the guy who was renting a DC apartment through the government or some shit. That was like $2,500 a month, and everyone got mad. And I was like, that's the normal price of a DC apartment, but also fine. But it was like his pied-a-terre, and he had another government house. It was stupid. So, scumbags. Russ. 3, 2. Russell. No. Cyrus, you there? Yes. All right. Now I see him. Cool. So Cyrus is just going to be Mr. Garrison for the final round. Story time. Everyone ready for story time? Gather around, children. Let's do this thing. Okay. Tonight's story. Government themed trivia. So I'm going to take us all the way back to 2016 just to scare us all again and encourage us to vote, basically. It was a while ago. You may not recall, but in the 2016 presidential election, one Donald Trump won it. He received 304 electoral college votes. Hillary Clinton received 227. Now, I know we just had this question. That doesn't add to 538. So some were missing. So what happened, and what I think people don't know, is that the Electoral College that we all talk about is actually comprised of humans that are electors. They are actual people. And so tonight's story is going to be about a group of them in 2016 that we may or may not remember that decided to try and go rogue. So now I'm going to take us back. Obviously, all these stories go back to the Constitution, so away we go. Back Constitution days, if you remember, the Constitution was written by rich landowning white men, just a reminder, who love to talk about democracy with a capital D and freedom, but at the same time, more than half of them owned people, so they weren't really all about that life. So they weren't quite a bunch of Eugene v. Debs, if you will. Socialist joke for anyone who gets that. Next, they decided to put into place this electoral college that we all have heard about now. Essentially, the plan was each state would get as many votes for president as they have in their congressional delegations. So the states had, everyone had 2 senators, everyone had at least 1 representative at the time, if not more, depending on population. That's how many votes you got. Every state was given permission to decide in what way those electors would be voted for. So a lot of states, quite frankly, many states didn't have popular elections. In fact, until 1880 in America, 1880 was the first election in which every elector was voted by popular vote. A lot of states had their state legislatures pick their electors. So the outcome of the presidential election, at least in that state, was known before the presidential election. Blah, blah, blah. There's your fun fact. So back in the day, you didn't get to vote for president, and even in 2020, you still don't actually vote for president. You vote for an elector who then casts their vote for the presidential candidate. These electors can't be holding public office at the time they become an elector. However, they can have held it before. They're usually just party insiders, quite frankly. In 2016, Bill Clinton was an elector in the state of New York, so he cast his vote for his wife. Isn't that sweet? And almost every state to this day has laws in place that bind their electors to the popular vote. You probably know all this bullshit. So let's talk about a group that weren't former presidents. They were a group of electors that after the 2016 results came in, they decided to call themselves the Hamilton electors, in reference to a famous Lin-Manuel Miranda quote that says, that's the guy, right? It says, "The Electoral College exists so the office of the president will never fall to the lot of any man who is not an eminent degree endowed with the requisite qualifications." In their mind, Donald Trump. But nice try, Alexander Hamilton. Donald Trump says, "Hold my Diet Coke." Everybody knows he doesn't drink, right? Everybody knows he's never drank before. It's very strange. Anyway, it's terrifying. In fact, he was quoted once saying, "Can you imagine if I had drank, what a mess I would be? I would be the world's worst." That's a Donald Trump quote about. And then that made me think what would drunk Donald Trump be? I'd rather not know. So 2 electors specifically in this election who have been, chosen to cast their votes. In this case, they're both Democratic. One's named Brett Chiafalo. He's from Washington State. Another one's named Michael Baca from Colorado. They're both actually Democratic electors, so they're supposed to vote for Hillary Clinton. They decide, let's try and make a deal and get people to switch to a compromise candidate. And in their mind, a compromise candidate would have been a moderate Republican. So they say, cool, all we need, 135 electors from each side of the aisle. We just need 270 total. Let's get on the Electoral College message board. Let's see what we can do. Well, they end up with 10. So after the election, the electors don't vote until January. They don't actually cast their votes. So between November and January, nothing actually happens, although we know the results. These guys, by January, try to get people together. They get 10 people to be what's called a faithless elector. Oh, did you think that was going to be the question? It's not. They're faithless electors in the sense that they don't do what they're supposed to do. 10 seems like a very low number. However, that's the most faithless electors in any presidential election since 1872, which was an election where Horace Greeley died during the campaign, and yet had still won several primaries. So those faithless electors obviously weren't going to vote for a dead guy. 3 of them still did. God bless them. But so 10's nothing to sneeze at. Here's what happened. Chiafalo in Washington convinced 3 other Washington state electors to vote for a moderate Republican. The 4th elector in Washington that went rogue, essentially, voted for a Native American activist. There was an elector in Maine, Minnesota, and Hawaii, all 3 of those states. 3 of them voted for a different Democrat. And Baca, who's the dude in Colorado who had this whole plan in the first place, also voted for a moderate Republican. However, he did not vote for the same moderate Republican as the other guy, so the whole plan was kind of stupid. So they voted for a different moderate Republican. 2 guys in Texas also voted for 2 different Republicans. What was the punishment? At the end of the day, Chiafalo was fined $1,000, which he took to court and lost. Eventually had to pay it. Baca was just replaced. So he wouldn't vote, and they said, cool, next, come in. That person voted. But their legacy remains here on Wednesday night Trivia Ronin. And so my question is this. There were 10 faithless electors in the 2016 election. For 10 points, name any one of the individuals that these faithless electors cast their ballots for. 45 seconds starting now. There are 5 answers to this question. 2016. You can write more than one. Yeah, should you? No. I'm looking at the judge. No, write one. Write one of the 5. My judge says no. 1 of 5. Take your biggest swing. Remember what I said. A few of them. The compromise was a moderate Republican. But also some Democrats voted for a different Democrat. And also a Native American activist, if anyone remembers that Keystone XL stuff. Cool, show them. Thank you, Doug. Doug has 1. One would think that. However, interestingly enough, yep, some got it, some did not. That's a great guess, Jose, and one I thought was right, but it is not. Here they are. Faith Spotted Eagle. She was the Native American activist who fought the Keystone XL pipeline. I want to do a story about her at some point because she seems fucking incredible. That said, the ones that we might have, Colin Powell got 3 Electoral College votes in 2016. Bernie Sanders got 3, and John Kasich did indeed get 1, along with Ron Paul. Ronnie Paul got 1. And I'll give you this. If anybody wrote Elizabeth Warren, Carly Fiorina, Maria Cantwell, Susan Collins, Winona LaDuke, who I don't know who that is, or Tulsi Gabbard, they all got VP votes. So if you wrote that, you got it. But if you didn't, who got it? Thumbs up. I saw John Kasich on a few. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, Cyrus got it. So Cyrus going to be the big winner tonight. Right? Cyrus, what does that put you at? What's the number? Somebody else had... Oh, so Emily. Oh, Emily had 38. And you... Okay. 35. Bernie. Nailed it. Great. Doug is still... You don't want to share it? All right. So Cyrus has ceded the victory to Emily. This is a Trivia Ronin first, guys. Cyrus has ceded the victory. That's a gentleman right there. Oh, got it. Okay, so Trivia Ronin first for me when I'm not working. Great. So Emily, big winner. About time. Let's give her a hand. Heck yeah, heck yeah. Thank goodness. St. Louis. St. Louis gonna get you there. All right, guys. And yay for women everywhere. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Kamala for Prez. Great. So, here we go. That's going to do it for tonight, everybody. Thank you so much for your support as we try to grow this experience. It's totally in the script to say that, but it doesn't make it any less true. For all of us at Trivia Ronin, I'm Matt McNally saying, don't be a shitty person. And we're all hoping you learned something. Bye.